Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen, and today we are going to do some DIY projects. So grab your bin of leftover fall decorations that you have not been able to find a place for, or maybe you have a bin of fall decorations and you want to do something new and fresh with them this year. Maybe you're done with your fall decorating for the season, but you've got a few corners that you'd like to put something in, or maybe some outdoor spaces. So I thought today I would just take some of my leftovers that I've got left in my fall bin. Actually, it was some stuff I really didn't even know if I was going to keep or not. And then I just got to thinking about it, and I said, well, maybe we can make some things out of all these leftovers that I have and create some new pieces. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got a broken wreath that we're going to do something with, and then we've got all kinds of garland that I've just collected over the years. And so I thought it would be fun to make one of those leaf tree topiaries. You guys know I have lots of tomato cages hanging around and lots of empty flower pots. So we're going to take an empty flower pot and a tomato cage, and we're going to create a beautiful harvest tree out of it. Or that's the plan anyway. So first I want to show you what we're working with here. Now this is the wreath that you've probably heard me reference to when I said that I had to replace some wreaths this year because I had a few that were falling apart when I would touch them. And just in trying to put this one back together, I mean, so much of these berries were dropping all over the ground. What I ended up doing, it had some places that were just completely missing spots. So Tim helped me, and we took wire cutters and cut the actual grapevine part, or it was more of just a wrapped wire part of the wreath, and then we just kind of made it smaller and then reattached some pieces. But I have an idea for this, so we'll set this to the side. And hopefully it will stay together over there. And then I have lots of this garland. And I thought it would be fun to use this to make that tree that I was saying. I've got lots of garland. There's like some bags of leaves and some little berries and sprays that you can stick in items. We've also got some of these grapevine balls. I don't know if we'll use those or not. Then I've also got a sign in here that I thought we could put on something that one of the pumpkins is falling off of. So just some odds and ends. We'll see what we can do to create some new beautiful pieces for fall. Okay, so here's a look what I was able to pull out of the bin. We've got a couple of these bows need a little zhuzhing, but we've got a couple of buffalo check plaid ribbon there. Some odds and ends like some corn husk and just fall leaves. And then here's a couple more garlands. We've got these sprays. There's this grapevine balls. And then this, I could have kicked myself because I found this ribbon in the bottom, and I looked for ribbon this color for our corn stalks outside on the front porch. I ended up having to go buy ribbon at the store. It was a whole lot more than $2. So I probably bought that at Dollar General a couple years ago, maybe even last year when it was on clearance. But anyway, maybe we'll find a use for it. If not, I will definitely keep that on hand for another season. All right, so we're out here on the front porch. I thought the lighting might be a little bit better to work outside. And I wanted to show you what we have. I've got this tomato cage. Now, tomato cages normally have a top on them, but Tim, let's see, can you see? Tim took the top off for me. So this was the top of the tomato cage, but it was a little bit wider than my pot that I'm using. So he took some wire cutters and cut the top ring off, but we are going to flip it upside down anyway and make it more of like a teepee. And maybe this would have been easier to show you indoors, but I'm gonna take zip ties and just tie the top to make it look like a tree form, and then we'll use zip ties as we secure the garland all the way around. Now, this is the pot that we're using. You might recognize it from other seasons where we planted flowers in it. I don't think we used it this spring and summer, but it was the nicest one I had. I spray painted it a few years ago, and it's got some character there to it, but I thought it looked pretty good. I went ahead and cleaned it off. So this is going to be our base, and then if we're going to use this outside, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, you might want to put something down inside of it like a brick or something to give it some weight. But what I'm going to do with mine is I'm just going to stick stick the cage right down inside of it. You better angle of that. Just like that. First thing we're gonna do is secure the top. Okay, I thought I would bring it inside just to let you see what it looks like if I were to decide to put it up against this wall, which I don't think I need anything over here in this corner, but it is really pretty. And if you pop some lights on it, that would really, really set it off. Now, I could go in and add some sprays and some things because I do have gaps, but once you get it inside against the wall, I think you get lights on it, all of that would be hidden. So there you go, some garland, a pot, and a tomato cage that we already had on hand. Now I've got another garland that I could add to it, and I'm not sure if I will or not, but I think I may work in some of these and some lights and just see what we can do. We would use this outdoor space for our next project. Now I've got this tin bucket here, and this actually came with a drink dispenser, and I've used it over the years for so many different things, but I thought it would be pretty to put our wreath that we are trying to save. We could put our wreath around it like this, maybe sit it on the table. So we'll use our patio table here. And then we'll see if we can find a pumpkin or something to put in the center. So here's the thought process. I would rather have had maybe like a white pumpkin. I think that would look better with this color configuration. But basically, I just had another pot that I put down inside of this. I also have this little block here, but you could use a piece of wood or just something to set your pumpkin higher. And then if you had a larger one, you might not need to do that at all. But just sit it down on top. You could also run like lights through this, or you could put maybe like some little sprays or something coming over the side. But I think this is cute. It's using what we have, and it would be a beautiful centerpiece. Now, obviously, you probably want to put this somewhere that's covered, but beautiful, I think, for using what we have already on hand. Now, going along with that repurposing mindset, we have this beautiful fall decoration that I have had for many, many years and have pulled it out probably the last 20 fall seasons. I picked it up at a craft show years and years ago, but one of the pumpkins fell off last year and I did not secure it back on. I just put it back in the bin and I thought maybe I'll use it for something different. So when I took it out this year, I didn't really feel like it fit into my space. So I just decided to continue to take apart the decoration. So I'm removing all of the pumpkins and removing the ribbons that I think I had actually added on there when I was going with all the black and white buffalo check. But it's got some of the eye hooks that are just secured into the bottom of the picture there. So I'm just going to take the time to untwist those and they just will come right out and remove all of the pumpkins. All right, now that we've got our decoration down to just the sign part, I thought that since the piece has a flat bottom, we could use it maybe to sit up on a shelf. You could easily take the wire part off the top of it, or if you didn't want to go to that trouble, you could continue to hang this on a wall, maybe in a wreath somewhere. Also with the pumpkins, I decided to remove the bows on each pumpkin and also the eye hooks. I feel like I can use this better to go ahead and just take those out, and maybe we'll just sit those on a shelf. So we've got a couple of options. We'll play around and experiment with everything, but now we've taken one decorative piece and we've turned it into what, 3 or 4 options. And that's the fun thing about repurposing. The sky's really the limit. There you have it, 3 or 4 decorating ideas that you could use from pieces that you probably already have, or just to give you inspiration on how you can take apart some of the decorations that you're not using anymore and transform them into something brand new without even having to leave your home to go to the store and buy any new decorations. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did and you haven't hit that subscribe button, please be sure to do that. Give this video a like. And until next time, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given, and I will see you all back in the next one.